Okay, let's start with social studies. Summary number 6, building the nation. That is the title for today. Now, who can tell me what was the last topic in social studies? What do we talk about?
Settlers come to Southeast.
Settles that come to the southeast. Who can mention the names of these settles?
Agustin, Las Colony, Jamestown. Las Colony, Jamestown.
What else?
And the founders are in England and England.
That's right. They were coming from England, right?
Agustin comes from Spain.
From Spain. And who was coming from England?
Jamestown and Las Colony.
Jamestown. Okay, excellent. Now remember that they are coming from the other continent. They were through the ocean and they find a route to go to the southeast of the United States. From the Gulf of Mexico, some of them, remember that in the last class, I displayed a picture of a map with the route that they follow also. Now, building the nation. This is the topic for today. As many leaders of the United States were born, some of them were born in the Southeast, like George Washington class. So, Gabriela, help me to read this slide, please.
Many early leaders of the United States were born in the Southeast. George Washington, who was born in Virginia in 1732, led to the colonial forces against the British Army in the Revolutionary War. Some important battles of the Revolutionary War were fought in the Southeast.
Okay, perfect. Now it says that George Washington was born in Virginia. So he was in the Southeast. Look where is the Southeast in this map. Here we have the Southeast. Remember that is divided the United States according to these 5 regions. So the Southeast is this one. So George Washington was born in Virginia in the 1732. And that led to the colonial forces against the British Army, as says, as was reading your classmates, Rebecca, Andreas, sorry. Okay, Gabriela, some important battles of the Revolutionary War were found in the Southeast. So it mentioned that in the Southeast, there were not settlers. Remember that they were coming from other countries also to get some gold and different things from the Southeast. So there was a war. Here we see where is located Virginia, exactly in the Southeast, and the picture of George Washington. Who was George Washington? Now, here we have more information about George Washington. Lucia, help me to read this slide, Lucia.
George Washington became the first president of the United States in 1689. Washington is known for his honesty, bravery, dedication, and service to his country. As the father of his country, he set an example for other presidents to follow.
Excellent. So George Washington, remember, was the first president of the United States. After George Washington, there have been a lot of presidents. There's the actual president that it's now Joe Biden, before Obama, Donald Trump, and all of them. But the first one was George Washington, the first president. And he's well known, well remembered because he was honest, brave, and dedicated to his job and the service to the country itself. So they say that he is the father of the country. He's the father of the country. Now, let's continue here with another boy that he was in the southeast also. Now, let's continue with the reading, Rosa. Help me to read this slide, Rosa.
Another leader of the Revolutionary Wars was Thomas Jefferson, the author of the Declaration of the Independence. In this document, the American colonies declared themselves free and independent from the Britain in 1776.
1776. No, how do you read this number, class?
100.
1766.
1766, or you can decode 1776 or 1776. Thank you, Rosa. Good job. Now, Thomas Jefferson is the second
1766.
person. Yes, Thomas Jefferson is the author of Declaration of the Independence. He was the author. Look at here. Here's the sign of this boy, Thomas Jefferson. Yes. So he declared himself like free. We're free of the independent for Great Britain. Remember that Great Britain, they are people that were trying to be on this land of the United States. They were coming from, like we mentioned in the last class. But now with Thomas Jefferson, the president, George Washington, they declared that they were free and independent. They don't have any influence of this country. In the 1776 class. Then here we have more information about Jefferson. Continue, Camila, reading.
Jefferson was born in Virginia in 1743
43, okay.
and became president of the United States in 1801.
Excellent.
As president, he doubled the size of the United States when he purged the Louisiana territory, for France. He designed his home,
Monticello, yes.
which is in Virginia.
Excellent. Look here. Here is important and more information. Jefferson was, who was Jefferson? Who was born also in Virginia and became also president of the United States as George Washington. He also became president of the United States, but in the 1801. So it says he doubled the size. Remember, the United States, it wasn't the big country that you see now that is so big. No, with this president, it says he doubled the size of the United States when he purged the Louisiana territory from France. So he was gathering this territory. So the United States was growing because he was getting more lands. And he designed his home, Monticello, which is Virginia. This might be the picture of this home. Now, here we have information, another famous. Kiara, help me to read this slide, Kiara.
Another famous Virginian, James Madison, is often called the father of the Constitution. Madison was one of the leaders of the Constitutional Convention in 1787. Here, political leaders met to write the Constitution of the United States. In 1809, Madison becomes the fourth president of the United States.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Kiara. Good job. So James Madison is the third one, class. He is considered the father of the Constitution. Don't get confused with George Washington. George Washington was the father of the country because he was the first president, but the Constitution was James Madison. He was the leader of the Constitution, the Constitutional Convention. And here you see that he became the fourth president of the United States. So the boys that we're mentioning today, they were president. All of them were president. This was the number 4, the fourth president of the United States. Excellent.
Yes, I want to participate.
Okay, help me to read this one, and Khaled. Andrew Jackson.
Andrew Jackson, how became president in 1829. Was the first president to be born in poverty. Jackson was born in the south of Carolina in 1767. Jackson received wide support from ordinary
working people how believed that he understood their needs.
Excellent. Excellent. Good job. Andrew Jackson, class. The president, he was another president of the United States, but in the 1829, he was the first president to be born in poverty. Remember that the other presidents, they have like money. So that was the first one, like to be poor, to be the president of the United States. So he was like considered the first poor president in the United States. And so because of that, he received support from ordinary working people. So people like us, that they were not considered like having a lot of money. So he was receiving the support for all the people of this type who believed that they understood their needs because they was feeling we have a representative in the as a president. Remember that he wasn't as the other president. So they considered that he was poor, so he can understand how they were feeling and the needs that they have. So that was the information that we have about this boy, Andrew Jackson. Now let's watch a video, class. We're going to watch a video, so pay attention about this video that is related to the class of today. Okay, here is a second. Comments about the video, class? Any comment? What was this video about?
About the story
The building of the nation.
about the story of James Madison.
About Madison? It was about this boy, about Madison?
Yes,
Yes, are you sure?
yes, okay. Yes,
No, you don't understand what is it about? Remember, this is this video, it's about articles of confederation. It means that this video, it's about how the Constitution was created on those times. And it was mentioned in here in some part that in those times, it was secret. They were gathering together with the different types of clauses that they were gathering together to build the new Constitution that they have. They didn't use computers, class. It was describing here. They don't have even fans. They don't have those things that we have now, that they are going to be texting using cell phones to be saying, or James Madison thinks he's so smart, and all the things that you can be chatting with your friends or other people. No, those times they have to use something like this, ink, class. They have to use ink to write it down by
Like
hand.
plums with ink and write.
Excellent, that's right. On those times, it doesn't exist computers that they are going to type like now that you can do your homework typing. You can use a computer now. On those
There were
times,
no
they had to
pencils.
do that. Yes, and they create a new constitution. Some of them they were like, no, we don't want that, but it was approved. Look here, that was the video about. Now let's open your notebook. We're going to copy some information in the notebook about these leaders. Here I have the information. So copy everything. We're going to copy the early leaders from the Southeast. We have George Washington, number one, that he became the first president of the United States of America. He was named the father of the country because remember, he was the first president. Number two leader that we have is Thomas Jefferson. Thomas Jefferson is the author of the Declaration of the Independence. He doubled the size of the United States of America. Remember, he was getting some lands from French people from France, this country. James Madison, number three, it's called the father of the Constitution. He became the fourth president of the United States. And Andrew Jackson, that is the number four, was the first president who was born in poverty. Remember that this one was the president number four. Yes. No, this one, James Madison. So Andrew Jackson, yes, he was the first president who was born in poverty. So all the people, they were like, he is going to understand the needs that we have. So that is the only thing that we're going to copy today in the class. So once you finish, you show me your notebook, and I'm going to explain the homework. Once you finish, show me in the notebook, and then I'm going to explain the homework. Remember that you have one homework, It's a worksheet that I already uploaded to Schoology and that you need to complete. Okay, I'm going to take the attendance. Say present if you're connected. Ana, Andrea, and Camila.
Present.
Okay. Gabriela, Isabela, and Kiara.
Present.
Present.
Lucia, Rosa, Valerie, and Sian.
Present. Present.
Sian. No. Okay. Danny, Fernando, and Hermes.
Present. Present.
Danny Giron. No. Joshua, Caleb.
Present.
Okay. And Santiago Chavez not here, right? Okay.
Hola, Quintero. Sí, no había señal ahí que pensaba.
Lucia, you
I
finished, Lucia?
finished.
No, miss.
I
Dani
finished,
le
miss.
trabó la computadora por eso hizo en la clase.
Está connected, okay. Camila, you furnished? Thank you, Lucia. Thank you, Camila, good
Miss.
job. Show me your
Finish,
notebook,
Miss.
Valerie. Okay, perfect.
Bye.
Okay, remember you have one homework class. What is your homework? You have a worksheet, it's already there. You can complete it online. You can use Word to complete it online, or you can print the worksheet and you complete it. You have some spaces that you need to complete. Using the summary number 5, I already uploaded the summary 5, so you can look for the summary and the worksheet, the homework that you need to complete. Remember, if you're not sure about any homework, you might write me. You might ask me, Miss, I'm not sure about this homework. So in this case, you don't lose points because you're going to know what you have to do. Thank you, Joshua. Good job, Anna. Excellent. Question, class. Any question about the homework or any question about this topic of today?
No.
No? Okay, so you can disconnect. We finished the class.
Bye.
Bye-bye. See
Bye.
you later.
I finished.
Okay. Bye-bye, Lucia. Good job.
Bye, Miss.
Bye.
Bye, Miss.
Bye-bye, Valerie.